Hello everybody, this is Action Figure Hubnate coming to you with a old school Hasbro Build-A-Figure. There will be another one being the Nemesis Build-A-Figure later, or maybe it's already up, check it out on my channel. But right here is the Ronan Build-A-Figure. And yeah, very interesting Build-A-Figure in my point of view. Has lots of issues. I feel like that right here was like the pretty kind of like the pinnacle of the low point in the Build-A-Figures. Not really, because I mean when they got small that kind of blew too. But you mean like right here was a very poor time for Marvel Legends in general. It was very rough, and there wasn't much to be seen in the Marvel Legends scene. I mean, the character of Ronan really had no relevance up until Guardians of the Galaxy came out, and this was the only Ronan figure up until 2018 when that 10-year anniversary came out. This was the only Ronan Marvel Legend, which I feel like that's kind of cheating, because this is not a very good Ronan. As you see, it's in his green comic attire, and anytime you touch this cape, his little cowl thing will just falls off. Really, I mean, it's a pretty good face sculpt. It's just a pretty neat face. So I mean, if you needed just some fodder, boom, Ronan face. But it's pretty bland, especially for a Ronan. I'm gonna take the cape off just for the review purposes. It's a nice cape. Just some cape things. Cool. So here's the Ronan figure without the cape on. As you can see, some of the anatomy is funky. But I mean, that's covered by a cape. So I guess everything you should really be worrying about is the front. Here's his little hammer. Pretty neat. You can take that out of his hand. Actually, no, he was one of the ones that was really hard to get his weapon in his hand, so I'm going to keep that there. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the disappointment. One of my major complaints with this figure is how the articulation is and how it works. So, I mean, as you can see, he looks up that much and down that much. Side, no pivot or anything else. His arm can move up that much, all the way around. Oh, squeaks. There is no bicep swivel here. All there is a single jointed elbow joint that, without the bicep swivel, it's kind of hard to show. And it goes up that much. Gee howdy, that's a lot. See, I think it would make more sense if, these forearms were switched, because that bends in a lot more. I mean, whatever. It's alright. Kind of. Sad. Yeah, there's also wrist articulation and a wrist hinge in there. This ab crunch is practically useless, seeing as it moves back that much and forward that much. That's oh man, a lot of articulation there. And then these yeah, you can take this off too. It's just unclips. So yeah. And you can see these damn hips, or wide joint hips, which are the bane of my existence. Legs can kick that far forward, that far back, move out to the side, about that much, and down as you see, there's lots of separation. Moving the legs is big, sketchy. Double jointed knee, rotation at the top of the boot. There is no pivot, but there's a slight hinge. So I mean, this is Ronan undressed. This is Ronan exposed. I definitely believe the figure looks a lot better with all of his accessories on him. I mean, you guys can test that, but I mean, that'd be a hard argument. I definitely believe this figure looks better with his clothes on him. This can be a little tricky to get back on after you take it off, considering the peg is weak. I actually was pleasantly surprised by this figure. Because all the reviews that I've seen online, I've painted him in like a super negative light. Like that he was absolutely terrible. And I'm on a quest to get every Build-A-Figure ever. So, I mean, this guy, he wasn't too terrible. I thought he was pretty decent, but not great. I guess I'll say this. He was better than what I was expecting, but he's definitely not on the caliber of some of the other Build-A-Figures, even from the time. Like, I'm not talking about Toy Biz, because he's obviously almost all the new Hasbros are worse than Toy Biz. But he's bad compared to Build-A-Figures of the time. I'm gonna say it. Pretty bad compared to Build-A-Figures of the time. He's like one of the weakest Build-A-Figures made ever. But no, I'm not gonna say the weakest. Like, Blob is better than him. Annihilus is better. Ares is better. Fin Fang Foom is better. Nemesis is better. Only one that I'd have him fighting with is Brood Queen, because Brood Queen is not a character that I care about. So, yeah. Yeah, it hurts to say. It hurts to say. It really does. Really does. But yeah, I'd give him maybe 5 or 6 out of 10. Ronan Build-A-Figure, Hasbro.